So I'm putting on the primer, which is the Inoxa Anti-Redness Primer from my Pro kit. Now, I first discovered these a long time ago, and they have remained a staple in my Pro kit all this time because they are light but tacky enough that makeup adheres well. This is probably my most used one though, the blue one, the hydrating one with hyaluronic acid. I've used this on people who have had the driest skin, and to put makeup over dry, flaky skin just makes their skin look worse. So it's really important to have well hydrated skin, especially if you want the makeup to look nice and last a long time. I'm keeping in the Catrice Under Eye Brightener because, as you can see, I'm quite hollowed out here at the moment. It's not from lack of sleep. My sleep score is actually improving. So I've actually lost a fair bit of weight, and unfortunately, the first place to show the signs of that has been my face. I say unfortunately, it's great that I am losing the weight because I really need to for my health. It's nothing to do with anything else but that. But as you age, anyway, the eye socket, the eye does recede into the eye socket, and that's why we do sort of get this prominent brow bone, a lot of us, and those of us that haven't had hooded lids before now start to notice that there's more hood and less of the visible mobile lid space. And this is a really lovely emollient product. You can see I'm putting it all over my lid at the moment because my lids are a little dry. I put 3 lots of eye makeup on yesterday. I tried out my new filming setup. Hooray, my new filming setup. I'm a little bit closer to you now, so you'll be able to see the warts and all, literally. So I'm keeping that in this rotation because it is a staple product. But I've substituted the eye primer. Actually, no, I haven't substituted the eye primer. I'm keeping the Morphe one, Solo Artist in Debut, in because I'm going to use that mostly to carve out the underbrow area. I hope that's the right way up. But my actual lid primer is going to be MAC Paint Pot, but not Painterly. I know, shock horror. It's actually Lay and Low, which is a warmer shade, right? And these, of course, were not designed to be lid primers at all. They're actually designed to be an eyeshadow, a cream shadow. And in that sense, they are wonderful also. But you can see that this has a significantly different pigment load than Painterly does, which is basically my lid shade. So this one I will use as a primer, but also as a one and done shadow in this fortnight's rotation. And because it's warm leaning, it is the right tone for me. My skin is neutral warm leaning. So I've got 3 lip combos here for the fortnight. Mostly with my MAC lipsticks. MAC lipsticks are a staple in my Pro kit and many makeup artists' Pro kits. But I do have a lip mixing palette as well. So I have lots of shades in there, and I can carve out a little bit with the palette and carve out with the knife and then mix it on my palette, which is mostly what I do. So I custom shade for the client. But I still have MAC lipsticks and I love them to use on myself as well. And I've got 3 lip combos here actually. I've got Honey Love, right? Powder Kiss, I think it is Powder Kiss. Let me just put my glasses on to read. It's Honey Love. It's a matte. Sorry, not Powder Kiss. And the lip pencil to go with it is the Maybelline Coloursational in Dusty Rose, one of my all-time favourite lip pencils. That's one combo. The second combo is, and this one's had the top chopped off it because I've often mixed this with other shades. This is Powder Kiss. This is in, what colour are we? Kind of sorter. There we go. And the lip pencil to go with it is Soar from MAC. Marvellous, marvellous shade, very mauve. Beautiful combo, that one. But today I'm actually going to wear Peaches and Cream lip liners and eyeliners are amongst my favourites. And this one I opened yesterday. This is called Hotline. You can see it's very brown, very 90s. And I'm going to combo it with Devoted to Chili. Right, is that the right way up? That might not be the right way up. That's probably the right way up. Okay, so Devoted to Chili, it's a MAC Mini, beautiful brown red. Okay, and it is matte and it will stay on there all day. So let's put it on. Matte lipsticks just go on so easily. They are so loaded with pigment and they smell and taste beautiful, like a hint of vanilla. And the comfort level of a matte lipstick for me is often questionable, but never with MAC. So, if you don't want to invest in the full size, get a mini. They make nearly all the shades in the minis, and you can try out the formula that way. I would recommend Devoted to Chili, Ruby Woo, Teddy, what's it called? Anyway, the Teddy ones, there's several of them. So, yeah, try those. They're really fantastic. You're probably thinking, hey, you forgot to do your eyeshadow. No, of course I haven't. But I'm only going to use 2 palettes this fortnight because both of them are gigantic. And these are both from my kit. And I've so rarely used particularly the first one that I thought I really need to get some use out of this. See if it's still good because it's been a while. It's an all matte rainbow palette. Okay, I'll insert a still of it there so you can have a more ponderous look at it if you like. This is from Crown Pro. Crown Pro really helped me get my kit started. I bought my bags, my makeup bags and my Pro kit bag and apron and palettes and all sorts of things, palette knife from them. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with their eyeshadow formula either. I mean, some of them are better than others, but this one, you can see why a pro makeup artist would want to have a kit, have a colour story like this, because if someone wants a colourful look, then you're pretty much set. But the majority of people do not want a colourful look unless it's for a particular event like a Halloween party or something like that. So keeping that in mind, the second eyeshadow palette that I'm going to show you is very, very much used. You can see it's had a lot of use. This is the Crown Pro 35 colour City Lights eyeshadow palette. All right, good sturdy packaging. That's the one of these things about these, is they're really good sturdy packaging. And you can pull the palettes out, the individual shades out and move them around if you want to. It's not magnetic, but they're fairly easy to move. So I'm going to use this one today. And it is a really neutral, warm leaning, generally, palette. Now that I do have plenty of cool tone shades here that I can draw on, but I generally like to use neutral warm leaning anyway. So let's dive into this one. I'm going to start with this shade. And through the crease, I'm going to add this shade. There's still plenty of pigment there, isn't there? Then flick that out like so. I'm still using a large fluffy brush. Go back up on the underbrow a little bit more with that original shade, I think, just to lighten it up a bit. If you can hear construction noise, that is because we have an excavator in our backyard. Yes, I know. We're always doing stuff, aren't we? Okay, now I'm going to warm that up a little bit. Tap, tap between these two onto the mobile lid. Buff that down underneath there. A nice one, almost one and done, out the door look right there. But of course, this is me. You know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do shimmers and I'm going to do extra colour and all of that. All right, so now I'm going to add this dark brown over here with a pencil brush and tap it there. Wow, that is deep. That is nice and deep, isn't it? And I'm going to press it in to the outer lash lines, both of them, and use it as a liner shade. See the definition there that you get? Now you can see I'm tapping and I have this super small brush. And I don't really want that angle to go away too much. So I'm just going to lightly buff the edge there with the flat brush. Draw that up like so. And I'm not even really going to use the blending brush just yet because I want that definition to stay there for the time being. Right, let's bring that in a little bit further on the lash lines. Oh, that looks great. That's great. Okay, I'm going to flip the brush now and I'm going to put a shimmer on top. I'm going to put this beautiful peachy gold shade over the lid. I don't even need to wet the brush. Now, these are not like super shimmers, but having said that, the benefit of them is that they don't crease either. Well, they don't show the creasing as much. So the effect is softer, but probably in the end, more flattering, more wearable for most people. Now, Crown, years ago, got embroiled in a sort of a makeup scandal with Morphe, with lots of content creators, makeup industry insiders saying that Morphe just took Crown's eyeshadow formulas, eyeshadow palettes, actually, not even just the formulas, they just rebranded their palettes. That's nice, isn't it? Okay, so now I am going to deepen the crease a little bit. I've got my fluffy brush and I'm just ever so lightly tapping into that really dark brown because I don't want it to be too dark. And I'm barely touching the skin here. It's really, really light blending because I didn't want that uplift line to go away. Let's get that in there a little bit more. That's about as much as I want to do. In my everyday makeup and in my makeup work, I always have the L'Oreal Infallible liners. The one in Blue Jersey is one of my all-time favorites, and so is the one in brown denim. This is one of the most forgiving eyeliners you could ever use. You can do both lash lines, waterlines at the same time. You can smudge it, you can mess it up, and then it's so easy to fix because it does have some dry down time. But the pigment load is amazing. The quality of the liner is amazing. It lasts all day, all day. You can make it into a smudgy smoky. The mascara today is Essence Lash Without Limits in brown. They've just brought this out in brown. I'm really excited because I love it. I love this formula. I love the brush. And now it's in this really nice mid-tone brown. I've loved the Tower 28 one for several years, but it's a lot more money than this one is. And that's a tubing mascara, this one isn't. But I'm not really fazed by tubing mascaras, whether they are or whether they're not. I double cleanse anyway and use a cleansing balm regardless. The other mascaras this fortnight are the Lash Princess. This is a brand new, freshly opened one. This is an absolute staple in my kit. When I'm using mascaras with clients, I obviously use a disposable wand. This one is from my own personal stash. So I have this in my makeup kit, but this is a brand new one that I've opened today. And I'm keeping this one in because I just love blue mascara, as you know. Now, a few other things that I'm keeping in the concealer from Essence, which I've been using for the last fortnight's rotation. It's really good. I just really like it. I'm keeping in my brow gel, my brow pencil, all those sorts of basic things that I always turn to. And I didn't put the primer on, the lash primer on today, but I am going to keep it in and keep using it. I'm still not 100% like if it's making any difference to the mascara. I guess it does if I'm going to the gym, but I will test it for another 2 weeks, and then I will let you know for sure. Because this fortnight's theme is circling back, I'll get back to you revisiting whatever those cliches, business cliches, which I really don't like, are. That's hence the humour. I want to finish the Misha Perfect Cover Serum BB Cream in number 23. I'm really, really close to finishing it. I'm really close to finishing my first tube of Tennisational from Catrice. They're staying in. That's actually a primer, but I often just use it as a glowy base. The two actual foundations are the Colourpop Pretty Fresh in Light 8. So it's a balm stick. Fairly old now, so I really need to get use out of it. This is not from my pro kit. This is from my own collection. But I use foundation sticks a lot more than I use liquid foundations in professional makeup jobs. This has been in my pro kit on and off over the years. The Revlon Age Defying 3X foundation. You can see it's down to there. So I don't have much left. This is True Beige number 65. It is beautiful foundation. I highly recommend that line to you. Now this one is a foundation. It's from Bobbi Brown, and Bobbi Brown is the core of my base makeup in my pro kit, but I don't use this shade as a foundation, and you'll see why. I'm going to use this as a bronzing stick. I have a variety of shades from Bobbi Brown, and what I do with them is I chop a piece off. This is why I use sticks, because it's so much easier to control how much product I use. I chop a little bit off, I mix it with another one. I sometimes mix it with the L'Oreal True Match to make it more liquidy. And then it just adheres to the skin really, really well. So very expensive, the Bobbi Brown foundation sticks, but they are amazing. And if you want to spend that much money on a foundation stick, then go for it. But you really don't have to. I'm going to use the Revlon foundation today. Oh, that's right. I remember the pump on this is a bit gumby. Keeps sticking. That's right. I remember now. Now, if you've been watching this channel for any length of time, you'll know that Refa brushes are my favourite. And these newer Refa synthetics are remarkable. They're like the best sort of beauty blender you could have. Now, see, you notice that I don't use sponges. I'm a brush person. So this is like the best of both worlds. That foundation just goes on so easily, and it doesn't enhance texture. It covers well without being heavy. It really is a good formula for a mature skin or a dry skin, but it still lasts. It dries down. It's not going to dry down matte. It gives your skin some sheen, but you can still see yourself through the makeup, which I really appreciate. And people who were not familiar with wearing foundation generally like that too, because it just covers the skin tone, or evens out the skin tone, I should say, enough to sort of perfect it without taking away your own, the nuances in your skin. And I love that. I love that. I don't want people to go away thinking, I don't look like me, I don't feel comfortable. Especially lots of older clients, they want to still feel like themselves, because they're not usually that familiar with makeup, especially country women, because I live in a rural area. Okay, so now I need to get some of this bronzer on. Is that the right brush? Yes. Foundation, but I'm using as a bronzer because it's too warm too deep. The shade is Cool Honey, by the way. What is rattling on my table? Right, a little bit of contouring. Bobbi Brown foundation smells so good too. Nice. All right, that's enough. That is enough. Okay, I'll go in with a bit of concealer now. So my concealer, the Essence Sensitive, I think it's the lightest shade. I couldn't really read it, sorry, is been cooking for a bit. I've just been talking to my husband about the groundworks happening in the backyard. I told you about the tree that we had to have removed. Well, now we're having all the timber removed that the tree left behind. Now, most of that timber was supposed to have been taken away at the time, but that didn't happen. So now it is. And it's just a full, it was actually turned out to be a full truckload. So yeah, we all know that, don't we? We all know the pitfalls. Now I'm going to put cream blush on. That's right. This one is a want to finish it up, circling back to you. I'll get back to you moment because this is beautiful. This is my second tube of Barry M Fresh Face Cheek and Lip Tint in Caramel Kisses. And I have not a lot left. So I have to work pretty hard to get it out, first of all. But if I can get it again, I will, because it is such a great shade. That won't be enough. Now, excuse the Band-Aid. Work-related injury. My facial client yesterday afternoon, I said, I'm sorry, my face massage is going to feel a little strange because I have to wear plastic gloves to do it. And she said, it feels fine. I said, okay, that's good then. She said, I'm just enjoying the moment. Isn't that just the best tone? If you're my shade twin. And there's all these, wands and poofy things and this gimmicky packaging, that I really get quite frustrated by. There's nothing wrong with just putting it in a little tube that's good for traveling, that you could use on your lips, on your cheeks, if you're not wearing any other makeup, and just lift your face a little bit. I just love it. I just love it. Powder. Super cute packaging. The Huda Beauty minis. This one's in Pound Cake. I've got 3 shades in the mini for my kit because they're so small. They're good. They're good to fit into my kit. And you can just do that and put it onto the poof, but obviously I never do that. I just get some in there and then I just use the brush to distribute it over the face. So I've got Pound Cake here, but I've also got Cherry Blossom and Banana Cake for, different areas of the face. So I'm just going to dip in there with a fluffy brush and tap all over, particularly in the under eye area. Now that seals things in. And if you do it just with a light hand, it won't look too powdery, heavy makeup-y. So tapping rather than sweeping. And that, because when you sweep, sometimes it can actually move the products underneath around a bit too much. You want the makeup to stay where you put it, don't you? I'm going to get a little bit more there and put a little bit more on the under eye area with a different brush. I actually am liking using an eyeshadow brush to do this lately, like a fluffy blender. It's blurred a little bit. The cherry blossom would probably have been the better choice to use there, but I haven't got it in front of me, so it is what it is, hey? My hair is starting to escape. So I'm keeping the Essence Bouncy Plump Hydrating Dewy Spray in because look, there's hardly any left. So this is going to be to sort of melt the makeup together. Okay, this is not the final spray. You will probably know if you've been watching this channel for any length of time what the final spray will be. Yes, did you guess it? The Maybelline Lasting Fix. I have gone through, I would say a dozen bottles of this easily with my Pro Kit. This is 16-hour wear. It's a matte finish but not flat. It doesn't make you feel like your face is going to crack open. The one size spray is fantastic, makes the makeup last so well, but it's really expensive and it literally feels like hairspray on your face. This one still has a few moments of give when you can move your eyes, move your face a little bit if you want to, and then it will settle and your makeup will not move for the whole day and the whole night. And I've got other makeup artist friends onto this. It's also not fragrance, which is really beneficial, onto this, and they absolutely swear by it too. I always buy this when it's like 40% off Maybelline stuff at Chemist Warehouse. I buy multiples. I see some of my makeup artist friends, they're doing the same thing. So yeah, I do highly recommend, but don't pay full price. Make sure you wait till it's on sale. Before I put the Lasting Fix on though, I need to put some powder blush and highlighter on. Now, this palette, the lid has completely come away, right? It's another Crown Pro kit, but the lid broke off. So this one, this is mine now. I just use this on me, and I have repurchased this and put a fresh one into my Pro kit that has a lid that is still functional. So this one is only for me. Now I think I'm going to use that one today. Yeah, let's use that one. That one has a slight sheen to it. I might mix that with that. Do that first. No, do that first and then put that over the top. I'm not going to use any of these highlighters, even though they are fantastic. But let me get my brush. They're pretty pigmented, so I have to be quite light-handed here. See? I'm using a DB Cosmetics brush. I bought a set and they're new, and I'm not crazy about the shape of them. Some of them have got strange irregular density issues going on. Okay, let's go over it with that top shade. Oh, that's nice. That's diffused it well. Even though the brush is not amazing, the blush color is nice. Go over the nose. Oh, hair just keeps, see, look what the brush has done. This left brush hairs on my face. I thought it was my own hair. Oh, I've literally washed this brush twice. because I wash my brushes every week, as you know. And now it's shedding hair. Oh dear, that's bad. Go back to my, here's this one, Velvet, which had the Huda powder on it. Is that enough? I don't know. I don't think that's enough. Oh well. We'll stop there though. RIP brush. Brand new brush. I can't be having leftover bits of brush on my face. On a happier note, here comes the highlighter palette. This is also from Crown Pro. It's really shiny, sorry. Can you even read that? There it is. There's me too. Hello. How reflective is that? Okay, so this is what it looks like. Isn't that beautiful? It's pretty much something for everybody here. And I often wear these, I often put these on other people as eyeshadows. So there's quite big dips in these too. You can see, especially those more neutral tones. Let me get my highlighter brush. I'm going to go in with that one. Now I'm glad I didn't put any more blush on, because that's got quite a lot of pigment in it on its own. Go back in with the big fluffy, press that in. Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. Okay, so now I'm going to use the Maybelline Lasting Fix. Let that dry, fix my hair, I'll be back. So, finished look. Everything's dried down, lips feel great, I can still move them. Happy with the eye makeup, no crease, actually. Very pretty, very pretty. Not as happy as I could be with the cheeks, I have to say. I should have just left it with the cream blush, I think. No, it's not the powder blush's fault. It's the brush that I used, which you heard me put into the bin. Gone now. Okay, so this rotation is a bit of a sneak peek into what my pro kit looks like. All of the stuff in my pro kit, let me just say this to you, I have used myself first. I tried them out on myself first, except perhaps the eyeshadow palettes when I bought them initially. I bought one Crown palette for myself. It was the cherry bomb. I bought that, I literally used the whole thing up, and then I've repurchased it and got a fresh one in my kit now. So it's very much rosy tones, burgundies, those sort of colors. And on the back of that, I then purchased several other of these palettes. So they're good. I'll put the Crown Australia link down below. They still have them. They often have sales. I think that you can buy from them without an ABN. I'm pretty sure you can. So if you're interested in those, I'll just put that link in the description box. And if you want to know anything else, the name of anything else that I've used or featured here today, by all means comment and ask. I simply don't have the time to write all the products down. So I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is when you're a part-time YouTuber. If I was doing this full time, of course, I would do it. But this is not my main job. This is my hobby. So I hope you understand that. Have a lovely day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.